Hi everyone, this is Allie, and today I'm going to use a stamp set by Altenew. It's their Chrysanthemum layering flower set. And I wanted to make this flower sort of like a fall colors. So I pulled a couple of my Catherine Puller inks that I thought would work well. And I'm just going to start layering this for you. I use Shea Butter first, and I'm using my Stampin' Up platform. If you don't have like a Misty, or I know Tim Holtz has one, and so does Stampin' Up. And I actually find the Stampin' Up one great to use. I also have the Tim Holtz, but sometimes I have a hard time getting a great imprint with that. I do have to stick like a piece of felt under it. Um, and the Stampin' Up one actually comes with one there. But I don't know. I have really good luck with this stamping platform. And as you can see, I'm going to fiddle a little with this because I don't know about you, but sometimes I find it hard to line up stamps. And I think Alt to New does a really great job with their layering sets, but I'm always nervous that it's not in the right place, so I will sit there and fiddle with it for a while before I think it's right. But I think their sets are just beautiful, and it's fun to make all their layering sets. I think they have a club you can do once a month too. I haven't been involved in that, but I do like to buy their sets. So you can see the second color I'm going to use is Sauna, and that's just a little bit darker than the other one. And her inks, that may look a little blotchy there, but they settle in beautifully, so then you won't notice any of that. And I'm also using the Stampin' Up! Chamois to wipe my stamps, which also works great if you're looking for a chamois. I actually like that it's really thick. They have it's like a lilac-y color, which you don't see after a while because it's black just from all the stamping. But it's really thick, which I really like because some of the chamois I found are kind of thin. So but that one's really nice if you're looking for one. So you see here I have the third stamp, and I'm just gonna layer that on. And I don't remember what color ink I had next. We'll have to wait to see there. So I should have made this video a while ago, before Christmas. As I said, I wanted like a fall looking flower. So I used polish there. So I don't remember all the colors that I'm using. But these colors actually came out and worked really well together. It came out very pretty. And then let's see, I'm going to grab the last one there and put that on there. So I hope everyone had a good Christmas. It's like January, I think 7th here now. Um, I've kind of stopped. I still made videos, I just hadn't had time editing them. Too much craziness with the families this year. And we actually hosted 2 Christmas parties this year, so I was a little insane trying to get the house ready and stuff like that. And there's my last layer, and I think it came out great. So I'm going to also stamp a couple leaves. I'm just going to use the one flower on the card, but I wanted a couple leaves to go with it. And as you can see, that was green tea, which I'm going to use for my first. And then I picked out a couple darker colors for the next set. I also used eucalyptus and spruce for my second and third layers on those leaves. And then you'll see here I have them cut out. And I'm just going to show you what I use for the rest of the card. I use the Altenew watercolor panel background die. And I use that with the Lawn Fawn Fundamentals Autumn cardstock. And then my white cardstock is just the Nina 110-pound Classic Crest. I actually bought that on Amazon once. They had a warehouse deal on it. And I think I only paid like $20 to $25 for it, which I think was a really great deal. I think it normally goes for about twice that, $50, $60. So I tend to use that for all my card bases. Um, Sometimes I will color on it, but I don't think it's needed. Um, Usually the Nina 80 pound is better for Copic coloring, or I use the Catherine Pooler paper. I've used the Spectrum Noir paper. I actually have never used the Copic paper, but I normally use Copic markers um, when I color. But so you'll see here, I'm gonna fiddle a little bit with those leaves to make sure they're in place. Um, and then I'm gonna finish up the card. I'm gonna die cut Wishes sentiment to put on there, and I used a real pretty shiny cardstock to do that. And I actually ended up cutting 2 or 3 of them because I wasn't sure which color worked the best with it. Um, and I actually did not even adhere it to the card. I included it in an envelope, and the recipient can add it if she wants to the inside or outside of the card. So now you'll see here I'm using the Altenew die cutter. It's one of the mini ones, and I really love to use that. I can throw it on my desk if I'm just cutting out 1 or 2 little die cuts instead of using my big spell binders. And you'll see that's my son, Killian. He's 3 and he loves to craft with me. So whenever I get out the die cutter, he's right there and he's ready to do it. So the mini die cutter does have the little plungers on the bottom of it. So normally I will just plunge it to my desk, but for some reason I just didn't push it down. It wasn't sticking to that material I had under there. So I had to hold it down for him to have that die cut go through. So it works wonderful. I've had it for a while now and I have not had to change the plates yet, so which is really nice. And there's my little sentiment, and I'm just showing you a quick view of the machine. And then I am going to look to see where that wishes would look good. I don't know, I was thinking in the corner or on the flower, but then I didn't want to cover up that beautiful flower. But in watching the video, I actually think it looks the best on the flower. So I don't know, you tell me, do you like second guess yourself or fiddle with where you place stuff, or do you just put it on the card and go? I kind of laugh because I hear about people who just throw the sequins on the card and then glue them wherever they land. And I guess I'm just too anal for that because I don't know, like placing Nuvo drops or sequins or sentiments, like it always takes me a while to do that. So you'll see here I did add a couple Nuvo drops around the flower. And not that sentiment. So I think the card came out beautiful. I hope you have a wonderful day.